Good day, my compadres, and welcome to another Perfect World video. So today I'm going to be doing a video on something which a few people have requested, and I really like to talk about, which is assassin gear. You know, where do I start, where do I go, how do I get there, and all that lovely jazz. So briefly I'm going to go over how this video is going to progress, you know, what we're going to talk about, and hopefully this will help some of you guys out in what to plan and how to get there to become such an OP assassin as myself. So, where do you start? Well, first off, get yourself to level 100. No, but seriously, you need to get to max level before you kind of really start going anywhere. Not even like Rebirth 1 or 2, but just max level so you have access to the majority of Twilight Temple to farm your gear. We're going to go over with the first set. Obviously this is with a focus on APS. I know APS isn't as relevant as it once was, however it still allows you to breeze through most of the game pretty easily as an assassin. If you want to go the really defensive route, you could go to grade 16 armor. However, in PvE and PvP, to be honest, because everyone's just rank 9 or above in PvP, it's not really worth the time / effort to do that. So we're going to be focusing mainly on APS armor and then jump over to rank 9. So what I did, I spent a lot of time farming these legs. That's kind of like my first... no, I lie. The first thing I did was I got my rank 8 armor because that's just it's the easiest bit to get, and you know, you get legs with that, you get those Ocean Supreme Daggers, which are really good. I've actually got mine re-rolled to the rank 8 ones, rank 8 recast rather, and it's just the best place to start because you only need, on a sale, you only need to invest about, I think it's 37 gold, and you've got rank 8. And you don't really have to, you pay $1 million for each armor piece and the weapon. Easy peasy, you know. You got a really decent weapon, you got some APS gear which is going to see you through the majority of the game. And there you go. So that's where I started. The next thing I got was my legs. I actually farmed these. I farmed my arse off to get these. This was when Varner was still all the rage. And basically the faction I was in at the time, I can't remember who you were, but shout out to you. They carried me through Nirvana a lot, and I was able to get these. The next step was the grade 13 Nirvana Daggers. I used them for a very long time because obviously they got minus 0.10 seconds on interval, which is just what you need as an APS sim. They're really underpowered at the moment, but it's a very good place to start. It'll really help you out with your farming. Snapback, if you need to farm, check out the video I posted yesterday. It's still very relevant. You know, these materials are all the rage at the moment, and it's the best way to farm these instead of farming the higher level Twilight Temples and struggling because you haven't got the gear to cope with it. Anyway, so I started with the ones before Dark Deaththorn, Barrier Thorns. Used them for a while. I used to charge a ludicrous amount of money on this game, and it cost me about 250 million coins to re-roll these to double interval, and it's really not worth it. Just ignore the grade 15 step. Just save up with your grade 13 daggers, keep going, just farm, and then go straight to grade 15 to grade 16, because grade 15 is a waste of money. You can see I put a garnet gem in there when they were like 50 million, and oh, it's just it's a horrible waste of money. One thing I would recommend is to try your best to go down the lunar path of things, because as you'll see in a second, I got very lucky with my grade 16 daggers. And at the moment they're just sitting there doing nothing. You know, they're worth like 300 million coins and I can't do anything with them. So if you go for the Lunar, you're obviously able to trade them once you upgrade to the final set. So that's that. The next thing I went for after this was when Nation Wars came out. I moved away from my Twilight Temple armor, which I believe... Oh, actually, I'll jump back a sec. The Energetic Robe Lunar Glade is kind of irrelevant now, because this is the one you actually get from doing Lunar Glade trophy mode. But the Wing Trophy is just so cheap now. You pick one up for like 5 million coins, and it's probably actually cheaper than getting run through the instance. Which, as much as I love running through the instance, it's just not really worth it anymore. And then you got your basic Twilight Temple armor pieces. These are just, you know, they are what they are. You get them as you get them. You can either farm for them yourself, or, like I said, farm the lower level Twilight Temples and build up to purchase these. They're really not expensive anymore. Probably about, I think you pick up the boots for about 20 million. They used to be 30 million plus. So you're getting good deals on these. Or if you have a kind friend like me, I'm always up for helping people farm materials, you know. So yeah, went from that. Then Nation Wars came out, and I decided to go down the rank 8 recast route, which I really do not recommend. So I've got Interval on my chest, which I got after 6 rolls, which is just crazy. I got, you know, decent legs. I think they're pretty good ads. And then my freaking boots. Oh my god. So, the story of these boots, right? I have re-rolled these close to 400 times. I've spent over 3 billion coins re-rolling them. Literally, I could have bought Emperor, or like 2 more sets of rank 9 armor for my alts. Just forget about rank 8 recast. It's really sick to have, but it's kind of a luxury. You really, really do not need it unless you can afford it. Yeah, just stay away from it. So that's that. Then what did I get next? I believe I used to use this helmet. No, before this helmet, I had the heavy armor helmet because it gave me more HP. However, I scrapped that, redone all my stats, got the Shadow Ashura hat to go with my leggings for the 5 attack levels. I used that for a very long time. Then I got the grade 16 robe and helmet, and that was a good upgrade. You know, the health you get from that is insane. I think I actually, yeah, boosted my health by like 500, which is really sick. So I got those, and now I have these. These are, I spent months getting these, but these are so worthwhile. You don't even know. Basically, what happened is I had 1 interval rolled. I think they were about +7, and as you're probably aware by a few of my videos, I do enjoy a good what if. So I tried to get it to +8 with just stones. It didn't work. I got it down to like nothing. So I thought, well, fuck it, I'm just going to re-roll it. So I re-rolled it, and I lost my interval, of course. And for 17 rolls, I believe it was, I didn't get any interval back. I think I quit the game for a good few months between that, because the fact that I was just farming Warsong non-stop, and it just wasn't happening for me. I was doing something like a roll every couple of days, and it was too much. I really don't enjoy Warsong. And then I think I came back to the game. I'd done a few Warsong runs, you know, re-rolled it, nothing, re-rolled it again, nothing. And then I took a break from it, and I just came back randomly. My friend was like, yeah, come do Warsong. I was like, yeah, cool, I only need like 2 more badges till I can roll again. Done it, and boom, double interval. Only took me like 20 something rolls, which is insane, because double interval is just one of the best rolls you can get, apart from triple interval. But like I said, if you're going to go for the grade 16 route, you definitely need to get Luna, because you want to sell these on afterwards. Unless you're content with keeping them and go Twilight Temple. So it's not even that much cheaper anymore. The Luna insignia is only like, what, 7 million? You might as well get Luna. There's no drawback to it. So I got to that part in my life, and then there was a very long ×2 period. And at this point, I was lucky enough to be in university still. And my classes were like a few hours every day. So for these 2 weeks, I locked myself away in my room, and I farmed with my friends these bad boys. I was doing Twilight Temple. I think the most we did in one day was like 8 hours, and we were doing like 20-minute, 30-minute runs on Act 3, Part 3. And I managed to farm my Stage 1 Rank 9 Daggers in a week, thanks to them. Big shout out to Marcel and Becca, you know who you are. So that happened, and I carried on farming and farming and farming. I got the majority of my Stage 1 Rank 9 armour, charged a bit to get the rest of it. I think it was like, I don't know, 50 to 100 gold. It's not too much if you don't do it too often. I did do it way too often. So just hold back on that if you haven't got the money to do it. I did make a lot of money from farming perfect stones during ×2. You know, you get the mystical fragments, trade them for the cards, go into Eden, farm that boss, the card boss, get all those materials to make Old Heaven's Tear stuff, salvage it for perfect stones. And you know, if you do that, how much? I think the most I made profit wise from that, I did it, there was like one weekend where we had ×2, I think I did it for the whole weekend, like, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day, and I think I made like 180 million profit. It's a lot. Obviously it's very difficult to make that sort of money now, but it gives you like, the market's kind of come down to allow you to make up that gap in how much you make to relative to how much stuff costs. At least I think so. I still think it's impossible to make money in this game, and you know, you really have to go out your way to do it. But if you focus on doing the right things, then it's not terribly difficult. You know, if you add in like farming, I don't know, farm Act 1, Path 2 for, I don't know, an hour a day, you make like 10 million profit. Then if you do your Flow Silver Palace, you can make like an easy 2 million profit. Yeah, it all adds up if you're doing it daily. It doesn't take too long to get anywhere really. You just got to put in the time, which unfortunately I don't have to kind of progress my gear much further because it requires so much time to get above where I am. So I got all of that. Where did I go next? Obviously I upgraded it to Stage 3. I believe I got a good chunk of that just from doing Nation Wars. I used to stay up very late and do Nation Wars. But obviously with Nation Wars, the Summer Wind tokens and all that jazz, they came down like crazy. So it was pretty easy to get most of that stuff. Rolling it in Warsong. Warsong, God's sake. I think I rolled everything once or twice. I wasn't really too worried about the ads, it's more about actually having the gear for me. Yeah, so I rolled everything like once or twice, was happy with what I got. I think I've rolled my daggers a few times, and they're not a fantastic roll, but I was just looking for that high attack level because obviously I'm not going the Diamond to Tiger gems, so I kind of need as much attack level as I can get. So I went to Stage 3. I refine all my gear up to +8 with stones, so getting to +8 costs minimal amount of money that I can get it down to. At the moment I've got my necklace and my ring which are +7, but they're the only bits which I haven't fully refined yet. I'm not really looking to because, you know, I don't really need it. I've got enough defense. They're high enough for me. +7's perfectly fine. I like to focus on my other bits. What I do is typically when there's like an orb promotion on, that's when I'll charge a bit of gold, not too much, and then I'll just upgrade a bit of gear like that. Once you start getting into +9 and +10 regions of rank 9 armor, you just get so much from it, so it's really worthwhile to upgrade that. I think the next part is Matchless Wings. I opened I think 1800 packs to get my Matchless Wings before the market kind of crashed with them, back when they were like 800, 900 million. I loved it. It was such a worthwhile upgrade. If you go for rank 9, then you know you gotta go. It's red, man. It's a red item. It's so sick. There's nothing cooler than having a different coloured item than most people. Now, I know like Wings of Ascension and Crown of Madness, they're not the rarities which they once were, but it's still such a sick item to have. The Wings of Ascension upgrade was actually a lot more expensive than I previously thought. I think it cost me like 150 million to upgrade. But lucky I'd opened 1,800 packs before that, so I had a bit of stuff lying around. It was actually really interesting because I started off initially with like, I think 500 packs, and then I kept making the money back to purchase it up until 1,800 packs. It was good fun. If you got spare money on your board, I definitely recommend it. I've had Pangu a few times, but I don't really need it. I might invest in it now that it's super cheap to get, but I don't really need the interval. I can farm anything really. I don't even really need my interval gear. I can just use my rank 9 armor, and the boost in damage kind of compensates for the lower attack rate. I could probably just spam Life Hunter and be done with it, to be honest. But that's a moot point. That's not why we're here. One of the biggest upgrades I got that's like worthwhile is definitely the ring. I've had Sky Cover, I've sold Sky Cover. You know, I used to make a lot of money by buying the Night Crystal packs and making Sky Covers. That's definitely not profitable anymore. Do not do that. So I bought this, stuck with it. As you can see, I've bound it. I bind all my stuff now just because I used to get really tempted into selling it. I'm not really like that anymore. It was more when I was a bit younger, you know, a few years ago, when I'd get like a really good gear upgrade and be like, oh yeah, but I really want to open some packs because I'm a fucking idiot. So I'd sell everything off. But yeah, definitely get a ring. It really helps out your farm, and you can pick up a normal Sky Cover for like 15 to 20 million now. It's a really worthwhile upgrade. Even if you just get Sign of Frost, you know, it's really good. It goes really well in tandem with your rank 8 ring if you're just starting off with your APS set. Make sure you get your necklace and belt socketed as well. It only costs a few accessory stones, but +6 of it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's only like 1 million coins to get the stone, and then 2 million for the accessory socket, and it's a nice boost that gives you like 70 HP and some defense. It's worthwhile. That's it really. I mean, obviously I've got my grade 17 daggers sitting here, but for the moment I'm really not going anywhere with those. It's way too much time and work, and you know, it's really difficult for a Sin to get into a UP squad. Really difficult, and I don't really have high enough refines to be accepted, because you know, typically they want a 1 spark, 1 kill squad, and you kind of really need +12 for that, and I'm only +10. But I don't mind, because it's ridiculous to get the max rank grade 17 daggers. It's just, I made a video about it, we'll leave it at that. So yeah, that's kind of like how my gear went. I would certainly recommend going the same way I did, apart from rank 8 recast, and if you're not really too bothered about PvP or being just some crazy tank who can pull everything, in every instance, then you don't really need rank 9. You can just kind of jump in, get your APS gear and be done with it and farm up some other characters. I've got quite a few characters now. I've got an archer on this account, which I stash some of my gear to, but I've also got a separate set of grade 16 armor for. I've got a seeker and a barbarian on another account with stashable grade 16 gear. I've got a blade master with quite a bit of gear, a cleric, basically everything you need for a Twilight Temple farmer. That's one thing, if you're going the farming route, I would definitely recommend making quite a few alt accounts, just so you can open up Twilight Temple yourself. You only need level 1s, you don't have to really do anything. Just make a Blade Master, Barbarian, and Cleric, maybe level them up till you get the skills that you need. And that's it really. To be honest, it doesn't take too much work to get good gear. It just takes phenomenal work to get amazing gear. You know, you could probably farm for a couple of months and you know, be right up there with the APS gear that you need. If you go in rank 9, then you're looking at substantially more time to farm. Like, it's taken me years to get this gear. Granted, I've been a bit stupid with my money, but you know, it's really tough. Really tough. And then you get the gear and you're like, shit, I'm still pretty weak. I need to refine it. I need to put gems in it. I need to put ads on my belt, my helmet, my cape, my necklace, my rings. You know, it's a lot of work, but it's worthwhile if you can put in the time. Anyway, if you guys have any more questions about Sing Gear, you know, how I progress to where I am, or how you're going to progress, where you want to go, then, you know, just hit me up with a comment. I'll reply to you. If you're on the same server, Etherblade, you know, you can always contact me in game. I don't really advertise when I'm online, just because I'm quite a solo player and I only really play with my friends if I am online. However, if you just randomly type in my name and I am online, then I'm more than happy to help you for a little while. And yeah, that's that. Thank you guys very much for walking. Man, I've got Walking Dead on the brain. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, drop a comment, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. Just let me know why. And if you are the bee's knees, drop a subscribe. We're nearly at 100 subs, which is incredible. And I'll be doing a little giveaway once we hit that. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.